And then Jen is going to take it away. So this is Thursday night huddle with Wickless Sense and Scented by Faith for April. So go ahead, Jen.
Okay. Hey guys. So thank you who have joined us. If you guys are watching the replay, I'm glad you're watching it and thank you for taking the time to do it. But I wanted to first talk about the incentive. That is the big thing that we're working on right now. We have 3 or 4 whole months to earn this, and we already got 1 month under our belt. So with that being said, I wanted to talk to you a little bit of what it is that we're doing and what's required. And I wanted to basically help you out of what you could be doing to earn it, because there's no reason why nobody should get and earn this trip. So I'm pulling it up real quick. I probably should have already done that, but let's see. Sorry, guys. Okay. So as you guys know, for those of you that are brand new, there is a tab in your workstation so you can track your progress. So in order to earn level 1, you have to get 1,000 PRV, which is super easy if you really put your mind to it and really hustle. And you need to have 1 certified consultant. And what that means is you need to, during this incentive period, recruit someone, sponsor someone. I like that word better. And you need to help them get to certified during this time frame. So during March, April, May, and June. So you have 4 whole months to do it. So the more that you guys recruit or sponsor people right now do it, they have longer time to hit that goal. They have a longer time to earn their $1,000 PRV. That's when they hit certified consultant. So what I am doing, I had set my mind to recruit. At least I sent out some boxes. I sent out some dream boxes. I talked to some people. I had some parties lined up. I knew there was a new incentive coming. It's not too late. They were still early into this. You guys can be front loading your calendars right now. You guys can be getting some hosts, and you guys can be flipping these parties. So in order to do level 2, you need to have 2,000. Sorry, my dog's got new toys and they're squeaking them. Harry. Okay. In order to get level 2, you have to have 2,500 PRV and you have to have 2 certified consultants. Guys, this is doable. And in order to get level 3, you have to have 3,500 PRV and you have to have 3 certified consultants. Guys, you want to earn this. You are basically earning yourselves a free shopping spree. You are earning yourselves some supplies for you to be able to start off on the right foot for the fall. You can do this. You guys need to make a plan for yourself. You need to try to recruit at least 2 people a month. But the more you do at the beginning of this incentive, the better chances you have to earning the incentive by the end of June of the month. Let me go back to my notes. Flip those parties. That is how I did it. So I got them to host a party for me, because if they're already planning on joining, then there's no reason why you can't just go ahead and start them off on the right foot. Make sure you guys are telling them that all the orders that they're collecting, that all the orders that are coming through will be flipped to them. They will earn commissions off of their very own party. What I know for me, that was a big incentive. And they really pushed hard to get to the 500s. I told them they would hit shooting stars. So as soon as you flip that party, my girls were really pushing for the 500 marks. Not only are they getting all that Scentsy credit, but they are when you flip them, they will hit their shooting star. Always set your bar high. Don't plan on, oh, I've recruited three people and I'm done. Because guys, you don't know what is going to happen with those consultants. You don't know if they're going to end up not doing anything or if they're going to rock it. So my best advice is to keep pumping and keep recruiting, keep flipping those parties. If you have a host that decides that they don't want to join, offer it to somebody else. If you have any questions on how to do that, if it's not even their party, you can still offer that. I have this little guy here that's saying hi. You can offer it to somebody else. And I am sorry, you guys, for the distractions. You make sure you set that bar high because you just don't know the outcome. You don't know who's going to do good, who's going to do what, and you will surprise yourself. You may recruit 6 people during this whole incentive, and every single one of them hit certified, and then you'll end up in the top 50. So I want you guys to really believe in yourselves because this incentive is set up for anybody to earn it. Yeah, I think that's all I have for that, unless I missed something.
No, I think you covered it pretty good there. I'll just reiterate what Jen said. This is the spring and summer one is always not the one with the trip, but it has like, the shopping spree, the points that go toward the fall incentive, which are super, super important. And that's what I'm striving for because you're going to want those points for that incentive come fall and winter. So yes, anybody can do this. You can totally earn any level in this. So don't count yourself out. Just, try. So.
Absolutely.
Let me admit this last person and then I'll get started on mine. Okay. Let me switch it.
Roxy, enough.
All righty. Let me make sure everybody else is muted. Okay. I think I got everybody. All right. So now I'm going to talk about annual sales and annual mentor. We're finishing up. A Scentsy year starts May 1st and runs through April 30th. So we're getting ready to start a new Scentsy year. And this is where you want to start tracking annual sales and annual mentor. And I don't even care if you're brand new, do not count yourself out for these two. I regret not trying to reach these goals and making them a goal for myself when I first started. And I finally put my head down and made it a point to track and try to earn annual sales starting last May, coming up where we're finishing up this year for 2020 into 2021. And I actually tracked it and finally, for the first time, got it myself and then surprised myself getting annual mentor, just wrapping that up too. So do not count yourself out. If you plan it and you track it, there is no reason why you can't put your head down and do what you need to do. So I'm going to kind of go over what annual sales and annual mentor is. And this is right here in your handy dandy consultant guide. And if you didn't get a hard copy when you joined, there's one in your workstation. All you have to do is go in there and search bar and type consultant guide. And it is on page 8 where your talks about the charms and the pins and stuff. So I'm just going to read it straight from there. It's super simple. Annual Sales Excellent Award goes to all consultants who achieve 30,000 PRV in that 12-month period. So that's from May 1st to April 30th, 30,000 PRV, and it comes with a $1,000 bonus. Okay. And a trophy. And the trophy is super nice. So I can't wait to get that. And let me tell you, okay, $30,000. So don't just think, oh, I can't do that. Let me tell you, I did the calculations before any other bonuses or anything. If you have to do $2,500 a month to get this minimum, you need to do $2,500 a month and times 30% because you're going to get that 5% extra commission every month. That's $750 a month before any other bonuses. So you're going to be making some really, really good money. Plus get that $1,000 bonus at the end of the Scentsy year too. So totally worth it. And again, for that one, I just uploaded trackers in both the team pages. So you have a tracker where you can track it and it gives you where your target is, the 2,500, and you kind of keep up with it and you can see what your difference is. And I pretty much stayed ahead every time, luckily, through hard work and hustle, parties, and sit bags. I can tell you that. So super easy. I keep this in my planner. And that is one way how I kept up with it. And I checked it every single day. It's in the front of my planner. Now, annual mentor. And this, I think, is one of the more prestige awards because it takes even more work, but totally attainable. Again, I tracked it, but it wasn't my main goal. Annual sales was my main goal, but through tracking it, I realized I was super close and I put my head down and I finished it out. So annual mentor is personally enroll 14 or more new consultants who achieve the title of certified or higher during the period of May 1st through April 30th. So you'll get a personalized trophy, and then you get a $25 bonus for every certified consultant and $50 if they promote to lead or higher. So not only are you, I mean, you're building your team, right? You are leading people, you're growing your team, and you're going to get bonuses on top of that. And among those, you know, when somebody joins and they hit shooting star, that's $25. So you can do the math. Totally attainable as well. And I did upload also a tracker for that. Don't mind, mine's all highlighted and stuff, but I kept up with it, every single one. The highlights are the ones who did hit it, and I checked them off. This, you know, keeps track of when they hit certified, their shooting star date, their sensational start level, and everything. So utilize the trackers that we put into the team pages. And let me see if I got something else. I think that's kind of it. So just don't count yourself out. I say it to my team all the time. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So get something, whether you're a pen and paper person like me with this tracker, or if you have a whiteboard and you want to write on there and keep track of everything, whatever, or digital, just do whatever you need to do to track it, plan it. If you know you need to get 2,500 PRV a month, then you need to preload your calendar and get all the parties, all the things so you can get the PRV. Totally attainable. So do not count yourself out on those. So now I'm going to switch it back over to Jen. Let me move myself.
Yes. So I just want to piggyback off of what Anna said. Guys, don't count yourself out. I do not want you to think because you haven't been a high PRVer or you've not been very good in sponsoring, you can do it. But it doesn't come accidentally. You have to make sure you're using those trackers. Anna did post them to our team page as well. So you guys make sure you print them. I'll be honest, I didn't pull my little tracker out, but I hit annual sales. I hit it last year. I hit it at the end of last year. So I don't even have them, haven't been tracking. And I did hit annual mentor just because I was really pushing really hard for this new incentive. So don't count yourself out. You are capable of big things. You can do it. You will surprise yourself. You just have to make a plan. Start thinking ahead. Festivals. Oh my goodness, I am sorry. Plan ahead for your festivals. Plan ahead for anything coming up. Don't think about the month that you're just in. You want to plan ahead and you want to front load your calendars because it's very important. We can't just depend on these LTOs. We can't. But if you're not tracking them, you're not going to accidentally hit them. I've seen people who have come super close because they didn't track it. They've missed annual sales by $100, $200. And if they would have known about it, they would have pushed themselves a little bit harder and they would have earned it. So just make sure that you are tracking because you can do it. We are no different than you guys. We just make a plan, we hustle, and we make it happen. I wanted to talk about your next promotional goal. I'm hoping that you guys, when you're in your workstation, you have a little tracker and it shows you exactly what you need to know in order to promote. And I want to make sure that I go over why it's so important because I don't know if you guys ever taken the time to look at this chart. You have it in your workstation, but I brought this out just so it was an easier thing for me to read to you guys. But if you track yourself up here, as you promote, you have your certified lead, star, superstar. Look at all these extra percents that you will get. It adds up. It adds up. Whenever you are a lead consultant or above and you have a team, it is very important that you put your 500 PRV in. And that is so that way, if you guys get your GWV numbers and they're grouped and you hit them, you have to have 500 PRV in there in order to get paid at title. It is so important. You want to grow your team. You want to get paid at title each month because if you take the time and you look at this, you get an extra percent. So if you are an essential, you get 20%. If you are certified, you get 25%. If you get your 2,000 PRV in, you get 30%. But if you have a team, if you are a lead, you will actually earn an extra 2% Doesn't seem like a lot, but guys, as you get high PRV and as you get a team, that extra 2%, that extra, another extra 2%, it adds up. That's why when we talk about getting 5,000, 6,000, 10,000 PRV, or paychecks, it is real. It really is real, because we are, if you look here, you get all these extra percent. So in order to be star, guys, I am so sorry. If you hit star consultant, you actually will get a 4% even bonus off of your own PRV. You will get an extra 4% off of your team WV. So it is super important that you guys know where you stand and what you need in order to promote. When you get to star director, guys, if you look at the last column here, you will make an extra 9% just off of your own PRV that you were already getting. If you got your $2,000 in, you're getting 30%. As you go down, you start making like 7% off of your lead consultants. You're getting 5% off of your star consultants. Guys, growing is the way to go. You want to grow deep and wide, meaning your front line, because the more front line that you have, the bigger the paycheck that you're going to have. One thing that I've been really focusing hard on is growing my front line, because if you were to take somebody, another director who has the same GWV, has the same type of numbers, but they don't have the active frontline, our paychecks are completely different. Mine will be so much higher because I try my hardest to help my frontline get active each month. And I try to make sure that I recruit. So it is very, very important. I want you guys to take time out, pull out your catalog, and I want you to look at the plan in the back. This is what you're capable of. This is what's, it's real. Guys, I was making, well, I don't want to get into numbers because I want to put this on YouTube, but guys, I'm just telling you that it is life-changing, and I will be welcome. And I'm more than happy to talk about any of my pays, because I think it's important that you guys know what this business is capable of, because it will change your life. Let's see. Does anybody have any questions about that? Do you guys know how to find what you need for your next promotion? Do you all know what you need in order to promote? I'm going to go look at if not, I'm going to hand it back over to Miss Anna, so that way I don't keep rambling on.
All righty. Now we're going to talk about Cincy Club. I'm going to start it off, and then Jen's going to kind of wrap it up, because me and her have both been focusing more on club. She's killing it a whole lot better than I am right now. But I'm going by her example, and we're just kind of rolling with this together, trying new things and kind of thinking ahead. So number one, I have my workstation pulled up. I do not know how to share my screen, but you guys, I just want to tell you what all our workstation has. All I did was go under Cincy Success and go into the training tab, and I just typed in Cincy Club, and there is a plethora of information in here. Cincy Club subscriber outreach. It's going to tell us a training on how to educate yourself on how to reach out to your customers to get them to subscribe to Cincy Club. There's a video from where we first introduced Cincy Club. There's a FAQ on here, Cincy Club selling tips and consultant benefits. And I did print this out. I printed it out. I didn't do with colored ink, but I wanted to show you guys and kind of read off some of this stuff on why Cincy Club is so important. But there's so much in the workstation for us to utilize. Do not forget about that training tab. So just go in there, type Cincy Club. You can learn all the things. If you have no idea what it is, definitely go and check that out. But Cincy Club is super important, number one, because this is income that, or PRV, that you're going to get monthly, bi-monthly, or every 3 months based on what your customers decide to do. This is stuff that you have worked for because you already built the relationship. You already have this customer. They buy so much already. So now you're going to get them set up on Cincy Club, and they're just going to be ordering probably every month. If they're a really good customer, they're going to order every month. And guess what? That's something you don't have to package. It's going to go straight to them. They have the privilege of being able to change everything in their order and change it to something totally different, add those bars that they like. And I think this kind of helps us build relationships with them as well. And Jen's going to kind of hit on that, I think, as well. Or or no, that's in my section. So we're going to talk about that. When you know your customers, if they, you know, they like vanilla scents and a LTO limited time offer bar comes out that's vanilla scent, you want to make sure they get that in their club because you only have 30 days to add it in there when it's the LTO. So and then also, if you don't have your own personal club account, I do recommend that you get one if it's within your budget. Don't spend your own money on that. Make sure it's Scentsy money. I always budget for that for my pay every single month. So I have a club because then I can be able to show it off. I always go live, whether it's in my stories or just go Facebook live, Instagram live, whatever, and show off what I get. Even if, I mean, I get the whiff box half off and I don't get it till the very end of the month. I think in March, I got it the very last day of the month, but I still showed it off. I don't care if the next month, the next day it's going to change. They can see. And we're always pushing it, you know, talking about it. I think my SSD Chastity, she always says it takes like somebody hearing something like 7 times before it finally clicks. Like, and I have customers that I have preach club to, and forever, months and months, and they finally are setting up clubs now. I have a few that I got last month and a few this month already. It's going to take time. Put flyers in their hands, put it in mail outs, put it in their order bags, whatever. Talk to them, stories, do it weekly, daily, whatever. But remind them, because just because somebody saw your stories or your post yesterday doesn't mean they're going to see it today. So make sure you're always talking club and pushing it, especially with these limited time offers like where we had Stitch and Moana, the Life's a Garden, those things, because those sell out fast. And then you have 30 days to add these to your club so they can always get them. Let's see what else. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. But the main thing is just kind of make sure you educate yourself first. Don't go starting pushing club if you have no idea what you're doing. So know the basics, go to the workstation and type in the Scentsy Club and the training and get all the information, but at least know your basics of that it's an awesome subscription. A lot of people think it's just the whiff box, but make sure you know that, you know, you can get all these products in there, anything that's consumable that they're going to need to replace, and know that they get 10% off when they spend $30. And know that they get 10% off and a half price when they spend $60. And sorry, I'm letting somebody in here. And then the always get my bar. That is my favorite perk. And I think that's the #1 selling feature, I think. So make sure just go educate yourself. Scentsy Club is awesome. And I won't go into a little bit more about it because Jen's going to hit on that of something that we've been doing as well. So let me mute myself and highlight her.
All right. So with my club, how am I growing it? That is something where I know a lot of my team have a hard time saying they can't get people interested. What am I doing to trap people in? So I know we've talked about this before, but I have started doing club boxes. So if they have an order that processes during the month, like right now, I have them coming out for April, they are going to get an April box. And it's just like my mystery boxes, except I'm being intentional. I am being intentional with putting things in those boxes that are LTOs. That is my goal, because by the time, we all know how LTOs go, they sell out and then they can't buy them by the time they get them in their hands. The beauty of having the LTOs being put in these boxes is that if they love it, if they absolutely love it, then I'm going to show you one that I did for my March, because I have one person left to give it out, to give it to them. But there's a little card here and it has Life's a Garden wax collection. So I put add any of these bars by April 13th. So I'm being intentional. So everybody who had a box that processed during the month of March, they are getting this box and they got the entire wax collection of the garden. And my goal is to get scents in their hands, the ones that they have to add to the club if they want them, because all the LTOs are selling out before they can even get their hands on them. And so this way I am purposefully I'm putting little cubes in there. I'm treating them like gold because they are my VIP. They are my clubbers. So I'm putting a cube of wax in there for them to try. So what I'm noticing is whenever their next month comes out, I'm noticing everything that I was being intentional with. The boxes have, or the clubs have grown like more and more and more. Like it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger to where a lot of my customers have $100 per person coming out because I'm getting them hooked. My boxes are really simple. Instead of using confetti this time, I just use some paper flowers for confetti. I'm just trying to be cheesy and cute. Now, this is the last person out that I have to get to the person. But so hers is kind of expired with the theme, which it was supposed to be Easter, which is totally fine. She won't care. And I just put the cubes of wax. It's really that simple. So they have 5. I have 5. You don't have to even do it like this, but I want to treat my customers like gold. So they will continue doing this. I want them to have a full size sample. So that way they get the full effect of what it would smell like. And I want them to add it to their club. So I just did those samples. I have the little paper confetti. I have the little card reminding them if they like any of these scents, they only have until the 13th to add it to their club. And then I make sure I put on here for every time that your club process is letting them know each time. So like I'm trying to convince them that they want to do this every month because seriously, I want it to come out every month. But every time your club processes, you will get a box like this from me. It's just my way to say thank you. So they love them. When I posted today, being intentional again, the whole point on this is to be intentional. I posted on my VIP today and I said, everybody who got their boxes, what did you think of the garden collection? I don't just leave it as like, I sent you a box of goodies. And my way of following up is different from other people's. I like to use my VIP. My VIP is my place to where I can really get to know my customers and I try to be more personal with them. So I threw up a post and said, what did you guys think of the garden collection? And I actually had 1 or 2 people say, well, what's this box all about? And then I had someone say that they need to get in on this because people just like things. And it doesn't have to be a lot. Like you could do a half a cube. You can just make cute little samples and put them in the box. The whole idea though, is to make them feel valued and make them feel excited about getting these little boxes. They love them and they don't even take me much time at all to do at the end of the month. So I'm very intentional with everything I do. So even with my mystery bags I do, we've talked about that. I'm not going to get into any of that, but even with my bags I do each month, I always have somewhere in there somehow. If you like this one scent, it is a limited time offer. It is the scent of the month. If it sells out, it's gone, and make sure you add it. I always make sure I toss that in there somehow. And LTOs, that's what I've been focusing on. I've already mentioned that. Make sure you guys are tossing them in those clubs because, you know, it is what it is. They sell out super fast. Sorry, I got a new puppy and he is crazy, but they sell out and they don't ever get a chance to try it. So this way you're giving them a cube, you're letting them try it, and then hoping that they love it enough that they'll toss it in that club. Let's see. I guess that's all I have for that. It is really, you just have to make sure you talk about the club. I mean, I was always just posting it. I wasn't getting any feedback. And then I was putting flyers and I felt like when I was putting flyers, they were getting overlooked because when I would put a flyer in someone's package, then, you know, if I talked about it and went live about it, then they're like, oh, well, what's this club you talk about? And I'm thinking, I just put a flyer in your package. So everybody responds differently. So I like to try to make sure that I go live, I post it on Facebook, I put it in verbiage in my stuff, that I always toss it in there somehow. Or sometimes I'll just be intentional within my story. Like, thank goodness I'm using this wax. I used the Evil Queen the other day and I was like, thank goodness it's in my club. I want them to realize that I'm still able to get these scents that they may be missing because I didn't put them in their club each month because it's in my club. Anyways, I think that's all I have unless Anna has anything to add.
Yeah, I'll add a little bit on that. It like kind of saying what Jen said. When I open my Scentsy Club, every single bar that is in my club is one that you can no longer get. And that is totally why I unbox my club every single month, because you can't get them. And that is the #1 selling feature, I think, to me. And also, I think it's kind of like she said, remembering to mention it. Like when we do our scent bags, we started doing QR codes where we can record a video and they could scan it instead of doing the print it in the postcards like we used to go in our bags. So we had the opportunity to be intentional and say, hey, if you like this bar, it's only available for so many more months. It's a spring and summer scent, so you might want to add it to your Scentsy Club. It's just kind of making it a habit. It's kind of a bad word, to make it a habit of, talking about it and mentioning it over and over. And for one example, I have a customer and he's bought a couple of times, and he's one of, I only have a few male customers actually, and he gets scent bags as well. But he always talks, I listen, and he always talks about these scents that he can't get anymore that are retired, or he'll say, yeah, I'll be glad when they bring this one back. And so when he finds a scent that he really, really loves, I said, well, hey, you might as well go ahead and create a club account, as much as you're buying now, and you get the scent bags every month, and you really love that one and you don't want it to go anywhere. And boom, he finally, created a Scentsy Club in March. So it's kind of just having it in the back of your head and just being intentional on how you're sharing it. And I do love how Jen is utilizing her VIP group to kind of say, oh, hey, what did, my Scentsy Clubbers, what do you think about that collection? It gets the other ones in her VIP intrigued and want to know. And something else me and Jen also do is we kind of like, we're sharing our stories when we're putting our little club boxes together so that people can say, oh, what are those? I want one of those, because they can kind of get a sneak peek and they're like, yeah, I need to get that. How do I get it? So does anybody have any questions about anything we talked about tonight? I'm still on the free version of Zoom, so we have 5 minutes left. So if anybody has any questions, drop them below or raise your hand. I'll unmute you, and then we'll kind of answer your question for you. And meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.